Okay, we'll see if this works. Excellent connection. Yay, excellent connection. Okay, got it? Yeah, I think I got an excellent connection. All right, so now I'm going to continue with saying about what I was saying about Chicago. Yeah, they're not hitting at all. It's like, I don't know what happened in there. The energy is absolutely awful. They're, yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. The Oilers played the best game of their season for sure, that game. If they play like that, see, I didn't see them playing like that. So until I see it, I'm probably not going to go with it. But that was the best game of the season. I don't know what it is this year about tired teams doing so well, but tired teams are kicking butt this year. All the teams that are on 3 games in 4 nights are winning. I don't get it. There's like one, or I think maybe San Jose didn't beat Boston. But besides that, like Detroit played Chicago. Chicago played like just a pile of crap. Played like just a pile of crap. And what's the future of the Pens team to be missing players at that level? I know. Like, I just cannot understand how they keep on. Range! Range is in the house. Wow, he graced us with his presence. Awesome. Range is, this is Range, right? This is the best, ultimate fighting capper in the land. He is incredible. Everybody gives some big ups for Range. So Flyers beating Boston was pretty unbelievable too. They did get it. They did get outplayed, though. You have to admit they did get outplayed. So, but they won. They won. I gotta go back here into my thing and find. Woo, CL. See if I can find this here. Yeah, Canucks versus Kraken. There we go. We back. It's working. I just restarted and it worked. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I know it's the under there. I'm leaning the Jackets in that, but under for sure. Ranch. I sent you that too in the Patreon. Go check it out. Jack Campbell got pulled. I mean, 7-1. I didn't watch that game. I was more interested in other games, but that's absolute. It's just. There's no excuse, man. You had that was a game that if you can't win that game, I don't know. And Campbell played bad. I don't know. We'll see if they have a rebound, and then you got to play Carolina after that. Like you got a great opportunity to beat a team that had Letang out, Crosby out, all of those guys out, and you just totally flubbed it. And now you got to go against rocking Carolina team that isn't going to give you any mercy whatsoever. No, they had what's her name? Wilson from Heart, though, did the national anthem, and that was pretty cool in the Seattle game. The energy was absolutely fantastic in that game. I figured Vancouver was probably going to win that game, but it almost didn't matter who won. It was just a great atmosphere, a great night. It was nice. I wanted Seattle to win, and Giordano would have had the game-winning goal. That would have been a cool story, but Leafs will lose tonight. I mean, they're going to have their work cut out for them tonight. If you can't, the only thing I could say is they have a bounce back night tonight because of getting shellacked like that. But it's what we said all. I mean, if your goaltender's bad, your goaltender's bad. And they're putting Hutchinson in tonight. Are they really putting Hutchinson? I thought I saw Campbell in tonight. No, Campbell's in tonight again. Campbell's going to be in tonight again. Yeah, well, it was an off night, all right, so. No, he wasn't either. But overall, I just don't think that team was ready at all. That team just wasn't ready to play. So we better get into our games from Friday and see who got everything. Let me go back. Let me find the score here. Way back to Friday. Okay. And that was the other thing too. Why do I have Is it Sharks versus Maple Leafs? Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Sharks versus Leafs to start on Friday. That was one too that, again, Hutchinson was in for that one, and he didn't look good. So goaltending is starting to, well, it could not be an issue. We don't know because it is only one game, and Campbell has looked good most of the nights. Sorry, I got to get you up on my phone here. The whole team hasn't been good, what I've seen. Like, they have, Nylander has been good, but the whole team has not meshed well already this year. Jason Spezza, like usual, is usually their best player. That he has been their best player. They how many minutes are they playing him? Like, it's got to the point now where I think you got to play Spezza more than 12 minutes a night. But San Jose was coming in with some really good energy. They like I was mentioning before, I thought that San Jose would be a lot better than people think. with with Kane actually gone, he just ruined the whole energy for that team. But I don't see any pushback for Toronto, and that's really the biggest issue. I would say I don't see pushback for Toronto. They don't have guys that play with a greater intensity in games when they need more intensity. Like, who's going to bring it? Who's going to bring it for that team? Who's going to bring that added tenacity? Tenacity is the word. You got Kasha, who plays like a guy that's been injured several times and is afraid to get injured again. Kerfoot is, like I mentioned before, I don't for the life of me understand why they like Kerfoot so much. I don't even know if it's Keefe. I think this team is like we were concerned before it started, that this team just has not enough depth. And they have, like, Justin Holl is playing more minutes than he would on a good team. They're relying a lot on Sandin, who is still just a young kid. And like it was before, and same as you could say for Chicago, this team just doesn't have any pushback at all. Once things go a little bit south, it goes a lot south and doesn't stop. The score was 5-3. Lorne was the only one that took the Sharks, and I had 4-3 Leafs. I was on the fence about that game. But they're starting to play Engvall on the top line. They're not finding any chemistry. Richie certainly isn't the answer. You can't play Simmons that much. They tried getting some bargain basement guys, and it didn't work. Oh, and the Habs too, yeah. The Habs. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's doesn't it seem right now that it's a league of haves and have-nots, pretty much? Like, yeah. Well, and when the cap gets hurt with COVID the way it did. Okay, we'll see. That would be miraculous if that happened. I'd say out of all of the teams that we're talking about, I would have more faith in the Habs. I really don't have any faith in Chicago. That Fleury, well, they got to learn how to play in front of Fleury. And it just seems to me that there's a lot of guys there that don't believe in themselves at all. They're like a lot of passengers is what I'm saying on that team. Then there was the Bruins and Sabres, and the Bruins just looked fantastic in that game. That's the Bruins that you're looking for. Now, they're playing against the Sabres, but I took a shot at 3-2 Sabres. Weichel said 5-3 Sabres. It was 4-1. Mercer almost nailed it, 5-1. CL 3-0 Bruins and Lorne 5-3 Bruins. But the big story to me on that game was Allmark. Good to see him he had a really good game. Sabres actually outshot him 36-26. I thought they played well, but goaltending let him down a bit, and Sabres goaltending didn't let him down at all. Allmark played absolutely fantastic. The Noshik Coyle and Hall line they tried together. and it looked fantastic. Makes sense. Nosek is the guy that goes in the corners. Hall just kind of waits for the puck. I don't know who he's going to pass to, since he's supposed to be a pass-first guy, but for some reason, they seem to have some chemistry together. It didn't really make sense, but it worked. Again, it was against Buffalo, so we'll see what happens with stiffer competition. Mitch Marner has been playing bad. Like, it's getting scary there in Toronto. $11.5 million for a player that, and so much money, and they're not, so much money put into players, and they're not doing it. It's not working at all right now. Things could turn around, but right now it is certainly not working in Toronto. What did I notice about that game? Moore actually had a good game. That was good to see. For the Boston game, I really thought he was completely done, but he gave you some indication that he might have been all right. Buffalo, I'm surprised Will Butcher's looked better than he has looked for a long time. Not really sure why. I think that Granato's a really good coach, and this team's going to be competitive every night. Even without Nick Foligno. And that line got put together because Nick Foligno was out. They brought Nosek up there, and it worked well. Yeah, you can try to switch things around, I guess. He's going to have to do something. Those lines should work, though. There's no reason why those lines shouldn't work. I don't think they're going to make some trades yet. They're going to see how things go. But, I mean, having these things happen in Toronto, too, is what's really tough. You need players that are very mentally tough to play in Toronto, because every day when things are going bad, there's no real encouragement at all. What was the next game? Oh, it's the Kings versus the Stars, and I had the Stars to win that game, and they had no business winning that game. What did everybody else have? Nobody had 3-2 Stars. I had the Kings, and the Kings should have won. Who was it? It was Weichel had the Stars. The Stars didn't look good the whole game. There was a time there where they went almost the whole period without a shot. Kopitar looks like amazing right now. Now that he doesn't have to be the defensive stalwart and he can go out and play, he looks really good. He had a great game. But besides that, it was just Dallas just really got some lucky bounces. Had no business winning that game. I thought LA looked really, really good. They played. They're starting to gel as a team now. I still going to stand by my prediction that they'll make the playoffs. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe split them up into 3 so you got scoring from all lines. Sometimes that works, but quite often it doesn't, because those players just get frustrated with the players that they got to play with. Especially with their with their lineup. I mean, they have so many players there that probably wouldn't be playing if they were on other teams. Ritchie, Kasha, Engvall, like they're just bargain basement players playing with these supposedly superstars. It's not working. Let me bring up the Leafs here for a second. What do they got? Bunting, Matthews, Nylander, Kerfoot, Tavares, Marner, Engvall, Kemp, Kasha. I mean, that's a terrible third line. Engvall, Kemp, Kasha. And then now finally they have Ritchie on the fourth line with Spezza and Simmons. So Spezza has to play with these plugs every day. And that's what it is. They have just a whole bunch of plugs on the roster. The experiment hasn't worked. I've been saying trade Marner for a while, not because I really thought he was that bad of a player, but that they could get a pretty decent package to get some grit in this lineup. There's no grit in that lineup at all. Going back to LA, if you look at it, like compare Toronto's lineup with Los Angeles lineup. Now they're really young, especially on forward. Where the heck were especially for forwards? Los Angeles. Arvidsson, Kopitar, Brown. I mean, Kopitar and Brown will bring it every night. And Arvidsson, that whole line. Iafallo is not a big guy, but he plays a lot bigger than he is. And Dano, of course, we know what Dano is. Velarde doesn't put up the points. I still think he's a better winger. I really don't know why they don't play him on wing. But you have Trevor Moore, Kaliev, Grunstrom, Lizotte. Like, those guys are going to work. Those guys are going to work their tail off for you. When you go down Toronto's lineup, you don't see it. And tough guys that can play. Picking up a Simmons for 8 minutes. No. You need tough guys that can play. And they don't have any. So I don't know where they're going to find them. That's why Kachucks are so huge. Like, having guys like that on your team are enormous, because tough guys that can play tough, play with a super high intensity and score, they're rare, man. And Toronto just doesn't have it. He couldn't keep up. He couldn't. Like, at this stage of his career, he can't keep up to a line like that. His job is basically to go out there and hope he can catch somebody and give him a hit. That's all he's got. That's all he is now. You know, a fourth liner, barely a fourth liner. Yeah, he just doesn't have it anymore. I mean, he used to be one of the best, a beast of a player, but it's very much used to be now. He's just not that anymore. And finally on that night we had the Oilers, and the Oilers played the best game of the year for them. They played absolutely fantastic against the Golden Knights that night. We had probably somebody had a 5-3 here. No, well, Whitehall had 5-1 Vegas. Mercer 4-3. I took Vegas. I'm off of Vegas now. I thought that they would be able to play better as a team, even without Stone. But no, I'm off of them now. Lauren had 4-1 Oilers. CL 6-5. Mercer was the closest at 4-3, and they were just. I don't know if it was as much. Yeah, Vegas is a perfect team for them too because they're a speed team. But Vegas usually plays way better defensively than they did that night. But on the same note, Edmonton made it tough to play defensively against them. Zach Hyman potted 2 for 5 already this year. That doesn't help. As a Toronto fan, you know, wouldn't you love a Zach Hyman now? They did, and then they put it back again. They did, and they put it back again. Nolan Patrick has got another head injury. That doesn't bode well. He had a goal that game, though. Why did Edmonton trade Bear? I don't know. I mean, Fogle does what Fogle does. I mean, he's a straight up and down winger that goes to the net, and you know that's what you're going to get. But they could still really use Bear. However, remember what I was saying before? It might not matter. It might not matter. It's the way they played that night. I mean, did they play great defensively? Not really, but they played enough defensively. If they were to play like that all the time, but the thing is when you get teams like that are super strong in the offensive zone, like Minnesota, although we'll talk about them later. You know, St. Louis, guys like that. We'll see how they do against those kind of guys. Or when even Vegas, when they have all their manpower, we'll see how that works. But Bouchard had 24 minutes that night. And that's part of the reason why they look so good. Is Bouchard, I still say, is their best defenseman right now. I'll tell you, Chandler Stevenson doesn't look like a guy that should be in the top line anymore. When do the Oilers play the Panthers? I don't know, but that's going to be definitely over, I would say. And then, of course, Martinez is out for Vegas as well. So Coughlin didn't look that great. He did get a point, but he didn't look that great for Vegas. Panthers do look like the best team at the moment. I agree. I agree with you 100%. Doughty being, oh, that was right. We didn't mention that. I didn't mention that. Doughty is out for LA, but they still played really well. But yeah, that definitely changes the whole environment for that team. Well, they played well against Chicago, the Detroit Red Wings. Okay, let's go to the next one. Saturday's games. Okay. Rangers versus Senators. I didn't get to watch that. I was out doing some stuff. But from what the Rangers got outplayed. They just pulled it out at the end. And I was surprised they played Georgiev there, but I guess when they found out Forsberg was going to be playing, they decided to give Shesterkin a break there. But actually, Ottawa played really well. I would say well enough to win that game. And that's going to be the problem with Ottawa. They just don't have enough firepower. They can play better than the other team and still lose. And that's just going to take time for those young players to get there. There's no way. I can't see them making the playoffs in an 82-game schedule. Nobody's surprised by them anymore. They had a great second half, so they've made an identity for themselves, and now that identity is actually almost hurting them because there's no element of surprise. But Chris Kreider, wow, he is having an amazing season right now so far. The Rangers did make a big comeback in the third. And it was late in the third too, right? They were down 2-0. And then they Ryan Lindgren potted one, and then Barclay Goodrow pots the winner. And just boom, boom, boom. And that's Ottawa's the other problem is goaltending was always going to be thought to be an issue. Now, I don't know if you can't say necessarily their fault, but, great goaltenders seem to seldom have those kind of goals, like 3 goals late in the game go. It just seems to be that way. They find a way to stop the puck. This Lundqvist guy for the Rangers is looking good, and if he keeps on improving, I still say this team is going to be in the playoffs this year. It's just taking some time for them to gel. Oh, yeah. They're finally putting Kaliev up there. Yeah, I know, Alexia Sanyan. Yeah, you've been all over L.A. You've been all over Kaliev, the 40-goal scorer, which may well be, man. It'd be awesome if you're right. I'm not sure. I personally think he's more like a 25, but we'll see. We'll see how it translates into the NHL now, because it looks like they're going to be giving him plenty more minutes now. Tkachuk had 16 minutes and 3 shots on goal. It's probably going to take him a bit to get right back into it again. And Zub, of course, now. Zub and Shabbat are the best defensemen for Ottawa, at least getting the most amount of minutes. Mete gets in and only gets 13 minutes. So he gets traded from Montreal to Ottawa. Everybody's thinking that he's going to get top 4 minutes and get a chance, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Oh, Forsberg let 2. What happened there? Oh, did Murray get injured and then Forsberg came in? That's what happened. And then Forsberg just crapped the bed. Ouch. That hurts. I haven't heard anything on Kravtsov except that it appears the teams that are interested are San Jose, Montreal, and Ottawa. They're the teams showing the most interest right now. But they're going to want at least a second-round pick for him, and it's a bit of a red flag that he did what he did. Well, we'll get to that. The next was the Flames and the Capitals. And the Flames came out hard. Did you watch the first period of the Flames and Capitals game? My gosh, Washington looked like they were still out on the golf course, man. The Calgary was just pushing them around everywhere, which bodes well for Calgary because that means Sutter has his team prepared. But then Washington woke up in the second and almost pulled it off. At least picked up a point, right? Yeah. Mangiapane, I just love him. Every time I watch him, I love him more and more. Freaking awesome player for them. And Elias Lindholm, they got a lot of grit. I think I would take, at least forwards-wise, I would take Calgary's forwards over Toronto's right now, as far as depth is concerned. Monahan, 14 minutes still. I don't know if that injury is never going to come back, or if it's just confidence because he hasn't played in a long time. The Leafs want Strome. I heard Ottawa was in on Strome, but they went and picked up, from San Jose there. Right now, I don't think anybody wants Strome. If you've been watching him, you just don't see any improvement in that player. You have to believe that you're going to be the team that does it after he hasn't been able to do it in Chicago. He hasn't been able to do it in Arizona. Again, another problem for Chicago is they don't have much grit, and he's certainly not helping that because he isn't. Patrick Kane's out. That doesn't help either. But I got to watch the first period, and then I was in my car listening to Evgeny Kuznetsov, Martin Feravari, I think that's how you say it, Feravari, Will Score, and Alex Ovechkin. And Feravari, from what I can tell, I remember when they brought him up last year, I thought that guy's going to be a player, and he looks like he's turning out pretty darn good. Big boy, can skate, probably won't put up a lot of offense. And, of course, Ovechkin with another goal. 5 goals already on the season. But the thing was here, Washington it was Vladar that was in net, too. It was a really good opportunity to pick up 2 there with Vladar in net. I'm not a huge Vladar guy, but... Who? San Montana. No, I don't think they're going to fall down. I think they're going to be a bubble team. But the energy on that team is so much better now. Carlson and Burns look like, they're now playing with the type of offense that makes up for their defensive deficiencies a bit. And who else are they have that young, they have Eklund, they have a bunch of young energy there that is coming up and helping those guys kind of put their struggles behind them. And they look like they're having fun. So that's a big thing, because last year it didn't look like they were having fun at all. And Hill looks not too bad. Hill is like a really fun guy too, from what I understand. So even when he was in Arizona, in fact, I saw a clip of him in practice, and he makes everybody laugh and he lightens things up, and that's what they needed there. If Meyer and Hurdle and those guys can keep on playing like they are right now, I think they've got a chance. Yeah, Hill hasn't been too bad. All right, next game. Did we do oh no, what was the score? 4-3. Oh, nobody took Calgary, so. The next game is the Ducks versus the Wild. And I don't know where the Ducks were in the first period of that game, but I couldn't believe it. I don't know if I ever remember seeing Minnesota play with like they had cement in their skates. They were playing like they had cement in their skates. It was so frustrating to watch. They should have been. I think they took them too lightly. The Ducks were on a back-to-back playing 3 and 4, and the only guy I saw that was really playing with some urgency was Brandon Duhaime. Besides that, they all looked like really they couldn't get themselves going at all. Really surprising. John Merrill pots the winning goal. But once they got going, they still never played really great. But Anaheim is such a bad team that they didn't have to. I thought that was going to, I didn't think that was going to overtime ever. Henrique played well for Anaheim. Comtois actually had a really good game that game. But this team is just way too young. They got Zegras looks like he's already overmatched. Getzlaf is still their best player on the ice, for sure. And maybe Drysdale. I heard a rumor that the Oilers are looking to try to acquire Manson. The Ducks were sleeping, yeah. They looked like they were not prepared for that game, and that you don't see that too much from them. I didn't even notice Foligno that game much. Like, when does that ever happen? And Victor Rask, I mean, he just can't keep up anymore. Can't keep up. They gotta fix that spot, Victor Rask. They gotta improve that spot. It's just not. He shouldn't be on a regular roster. I think they want it to be Goudreau, and he plays well. He's playing well. He may end up, he's playing more minutes than Rask right now, and deservedly so. But even Kaprizov didn't look right. Like, they just didn't look right. It's one of those games where things weren't clicking for them at all. And I'm pretty sure everybody took Minnesota, yeah. 5-2 for Lorne, 4-1, 6-5 Weichel, and I said 6-1. I thought they were going to blow them out of the water. Josh Manson to the... Josh Manson. Now, the guy that I really still like on Minnesota is Goligoski. He's going to get another contract next year. He looks really good still at 35 years old. Now, I was saying that Toronto should take a look at him, but at $5 million, there was no way they were going to fit him under the cap. Jets versus Predators. I didn't watch this game. It looked really exciting. Nashville's record does not really indicate how well they played. And we know they beat... didn't they beat Winnipeg the next game or something like that? Or did they or Minnesota? But good for the Jets. Pierre-Luc Dubois has 4 goals already. Your guy, Lauren Svechnikov, I thought from the time I looked good. He's keeping a regular spot now. And Nate Schmidt, who I was concerned about, is looking absolutely fantastic. They're letting him play his game so much. He kind of reminds me of Fowler the way he plays. But he's playing the best hockey I've seen him play since he was in Vegas. Troy Terry? Maybe. For Anaheim, I think like Raquel and guys like that, Manson and guys like that. Gino. Are you talking about Carolina? Oh, no, you're talking about... they're playing him in the top 6 now, Lauren. I didn't know. Well, what I saw coming with that, Kyle, is that Maurice seems to get the best out of defensemen. I find Evgeny, yeah. That game, I was pretty sure they were playing him in the top 6. Let me look if they have him on. No, I didn't watch that whole game, so I only watched bits and pieces of that game. Yeah, they had him playing with Dubois and Connor. Kyle Connor and Dubois and Svechnikov. They got Stastny, Kopp, and Ehlers. Now, when Wheeler comes back, I imagine he won't be there anymore. But for now, they got him in the top 6. Yeah, Frederik Andersen has been excellent so far. As long as he's not injured, that was my only issue with him. But they obviously had an inside on him, and he's not, so... With Nashville, they're just getting a lot from a whole bunch of different people. Duchesne is playing the best he's played in a lot of years. That's for sure. That Novak guy got 3 assists. I'm not even really sure about Novak. Where did he come from? Yeah, they got him playing third line center, but he managed to get 3 assists. 3rd round pick. Oh, he's from St. Paul. He's from Minnesota. He played in the ECHL last year for a couple of games, and then he had a point a game for the Chicago Wolves. In his first game, he pots 3 assists. Hey, Ulysses, how you doing? We better get to the other games here. What do we do? Preds and Jets. Oh, Wings and Canadians. I mean, Ulysses is in the house. Everybody say hi to Ulysses. The Ulysses is a big Ranger fan. Got a lot to be happy about. Canadian, I won't talk much about this game, but Perreault getting a hat trick, that was pretty cool. Greiss just had a horrible game. Just bad game for Greiss. Greiss does that quite often. Lauren did have the Canadians to win. He was the only one. If we were doing points, he would be doing really well right now. Yeah. The Red Wing, or Greiss just had a bad game. That's really all that was about. No use talking much more about that. Were they outshot? That sucks when that happens. Like, yeah, the Red Wings outshot them. Hoffman got his first as a Hab. Dvorak got his first as a Hab, and then Perreault gets a hat trick, which is a cool story. Guy, he took league minimum and didn't even ask around the league. He just wanted to play for Montreal. We'll talk more about Detroit later because there's another game that we're going to be talking about. The Avalanche versus Lightning, and that was a great game. That was a great. Colorado finally got it looking to get back together, but then of course they got everybody back. Bowen Byram. I mean, Bowen Byram just might have. It's just there's so many great defensemen out there. He'll probably never see a Norris, but he's really good. He's going to be a darn good defenseman. And Colorado just looked like Colorado that game. And Tampa comes out and plays with the big teams. But it's when they have to play the Detroits and stuff like that they just kind of take her easy. Nathan McKinnon was on fire. If he stays like that, they're going to be back to where they were before. And Darcy Kemper, although they scored 3, actually looked really good that game. Chicago won't make the playoffs, no. I think if Tampa Bay, the big problem for me, their depth on defense. Is Foot a scratch? They scratching Foot still? Or is he still injured? Yeah, Cal Foot. He's back off the injury reserve, but they're not playing him. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, they're leaving him out to dry pretty bad right now, and I don't think he really wants to be in Chicago. That's the problem. And with Fleury's a very emotional guy, so he won't show it. He's always nice to everybody, happy to be in the but when he's basically sad, he doesn't usually play very well. The Chicago leaves him out to dry like crazy, though. Oh my gosh. Just horrible. You got to be sitting there going, I went from Vegas to this, like, holy crap. And I'm only going to be here 1 year, not going to make the playoffs. Like, is it in the back of his mind maybe that, if he doesn't really play well, oh well, probably going to get traded to Pittsburgh? I don't know. I have a feeling it's something like that. Oh, Sasha was in. He got the 4-3 bolts. He nailed 4-3 bolts. So did I. I got 4-3 bolts. Woo! I get another Perlo helmet. Woo! Yay. No, I don't. What am I talking about? I don't get nothing. It wasn't bolts. It was the Avs. Weichel had the Avs. And Mercer had, no. Weichel was the only one that had the Avs. I'll shut up. No, Helen, don't worry about it. I was wrong. You don't need to bring it over. Thanks. Next, Hurricanes and Blue Jackets, and there's not much to talk about this game either. The Hurricanes were all over them. I watched quite a bit of that game because I wanted to see how the Blue Jackets were going to respond to this coach. And, the Carolinas in a league in their own compared to them. They got nothing. Wait, was that on Sunday or was that Saturday? What, am I missing some games here or what? Lightning? I'm missing a page. I'm totally missing a page. Huh. I think my wife ripped a page out of here. Or okay, we got Panthers, Flyers. I'm missing the Sabres and Devils. And that was a bore fest. I don't know if you watched that. That was the most boring game in the world. They were so much playing for a tie. It was unreal. And by the way, on my Patreon, I put this as a tie. They were so much playing for a tie. It was like unbelievable. Yeah. No, she took it out of my thing. So I don't even know if anybody got the score right here. The heck? Oh, no. Blackhawks, Devils is Friday. Islanders to Leafs, Ottawa. Saturday. Flames, Capitals, Duck, Wild, Preds, Wings, Avalanche, Lightning. Maybe I just missed them completely. Maybe I forgot about these games completely. But that was boring as hell. It was a boring game. Very boring. The Devils had 39 shots, but I swear to God, none of them were really that big of a deal. I went in and out, watched it, but they were playing for a tie all day. And we don't have it, so we might as well look at the ones we do have. Penguins, Leafs, nobody had 7-1 Pittsburgh. But first I'm going to go to Panthers and Devils. Panthers and Flyers. 4-2 Panthers and... Oh, I had 4-3. Lauren took the Flyers. Everybody else took the Panthers. And Weichel was on a roll. He didn't get it right, but he was close. Yeah, that was going to be, I mean, they are quite the team. Trying to stop those three lines, that forward depth is, and then Philadelphia was without Ellis. Like, I was all over Florida for that game. As much as I love the Flyers, but they're playing Duclair up with Barkov and Verhaeghe. Huberto, Bennett, Tippett, and then Marchment, Lausternen? There must be an injury. Oh, Lundell. Lundell's got an upper body injury. I didn't know that. But when Lundell is in there with Reinhardt and Marchment, like that's a crazy good top 3, top 6, top 9. Crazy good. Defense is playing well. Kevin Connaughton is not even playing bad. Good for him to get some games early in the season. Who is he taking time from? They got a lot of injuries. Noel Ulevy. Oh, Marcus Nudavara. He might keep that spot because Nudavara is not that great. What happened with the Blackhawks? They don't hit anybody. They play with no intensity whatsoever. They're pushed off the puck so easy, it's crazy. You thought Bob was going to crap the bed? That's the story, too, in Florida, is Bobrovsky's playing absolutely freaking amazing. No, Dennis Cholowski's not good. What happened to your Capitals, Go Caps? The first period against Calgary. Like that one when Mangiapane, who did he strip the puck off? Like he practically just sort of nudged him. It almost looked like he did one of those things where you tap the guy on the other shoulder and they look like this and you take the puck off of him. It was brutal. Bobrovsky has been absolutely excellent. Go Caps. Well, they got to play better than that first period. That was terrible. I was watching that while I was doing cardio at the gym, and it just kept on. I was like, is this really happening? Like, holy crap. It looked, Minnesota had the same sort of night. That's the Vanacek I remember. We'll see if Vanacek does better. He rocked it the first couple of games, but that team wasn't ready that night, man. That was not good. And Washington has a tendency to do that too. They have a tendency to have those flub games, which is really annoying. They got Ottawa next. They got to smash Ottawa. Samsonov is the GOAT. I don't know about that. And Penguins Leafs, we already talked a lot about this game. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about the Penguins is this Drew O'Connor kid. Like, where the heck did he come from? They are an amazing organization. Don't have any depth? All of a sudden, a Drew O'Connor comes up and just absolutely looks amazing every game. Playing with intensity, stripping people off of pucks. He looks absolutely fantastic. Drew O'Connor, he's already 23. He's undrafted. So he was an undrafted signee from the United States. Was that a college guy? Yeah. He only had in his senior year, he only had 33 points in 31 games. Yeah, he had 21 goals. But those aren't like staggeringly good numbers for a guy at that age. And then he comes, but he had 19 points in 20 games in Wilkes-Barre Scranton. And now he's got 5 points in 4 games for the Penguins. Crazy. What happened with Dowd? I'm not sure. What happened with Dowd? And then the Canucks and Kraken. And that was just fun to watch. Not Nancy Wilson, but what's her name? The lead singer of Heart does the national anthem. The crowd was fantastic. It's too bad they couldn't have pulled one out there. We all took the Kraken, and Sasha had the score right, but yeah, I know, Mercer. It's crazy how they just keep on pulling talent out of nowhere all the time. Ann Wilson. Why do I forget Ann Wilson? I just happen to love Heart, too. Love it, but I always forget Ann. I remember Nancy, but I forget Ann. I remember the guitarist, who's incredible, but I forget Ann for some reason. Why? Ann. It's a very easy word. Very easy name. Ann Wilson. Trent Hogan! Woo! Of course, the musician pops in to tell me when. Trent Hogan is. Are you still in the band and everything, Trent? Right on. I haven't seen anything new from you in a while. He's got an upper body injury? Okay. So the Seattle game, though, there was so much excitement in that game. And I really think Seattle probably should have won that game. The more I watch Vancouver, the more I think that they're just not going to make it. There's so many soft teams this year. Toronto, Chicago, Montreal, Vancouver. They're all very soft. Oh, nice. Classic rock album. Cool. Put it in there. Do you have a name for it yet? Oh, both McMichael and Lapierre play tonight? Really? Oh, okay. Is that a solo album, Trent? The Ducks. There's another one. The Ducks, yeah. At least they're young, though. Yeah, McMichael. Why is McMichael playing? Dowd scratched. Right, you just said it. So you're going to have McMichael, Mantha, and Sprong? Wow, that's a top-heavy line right there. Lars Eller on the fourth line? Wow. With Hathaway and Hagelin. No, I wouldn't say. No, LA's not soft. No, LA's got a lot of grit on that team. Yeah, Dowd is injured, but I'm just surprised Eller's on the fourth line. The guy that's surprising the crap out of me this year for Washington is Nick Jensen. Nick Jensen looks best of his career by far. I wanted to talk about that Seattle game. Yeah, there were some cool things about that Seattle game, like who scored the first goal at home. It was 4-2. Oh, yeah, it was 4-2 Canucks, but nobody took. No, they're not the softest in the league. You got Brown. You got guys that play hard. They're not like big physical guys, but they play hard. Kopitar, for instance, just that alone. He doesn't get enough credit for his tenacity on the puck. Dano, they have, they're not softest in the league by any stretch. No, you haven't watched Chicago play this year so far. That is the softest team in the league. They are disgustingly soft. Yeah, but he doesn't hit like he used to, but he still will go in the corners and fight for a puck. Chicago is the softest in the league, no doubt about it. Those guys are passing time, it seems. I think they got to fire Kuliton now. And I think Kuliton's a good coach, but it's not getting through to anybody there. I think they have no choice. They got to fire Kuliton, and I don't know who they're going to bring in, but they got to bring in somebody that can get those guys. Like, if I were a coach, I would basically have a practice where you just hit each other in the corner all practice. Hit. Like, no following up on their checks at all. It's, yeah, like oh, by the way, yeah, Kuznetsov, I mean, kudos to him. He's had a lot of bad press and a lot of stuff going on, but this year he took it to heart, and I think he got himself ready for this game. So the first goal at home for the Seattle Kraken is Vince Dunn, who had probably the best game I've seen him play that night. I mean, Dano doesn't hit everybody either, but he's scrappy. He gets into the spots that he needs to get into, and he doesn't back down. Yeah, he is on fire. When Giordano scored, I was hoping that he got the game winner, but McCann, of course, pot and points. Geez, do you think Toronto might like McCann right around now instead of Kerfoot? Well, yeah, they're pretty soft. They're pretty soft, yeah. Especially since the ones that are not soft have a hard time keeping up to hit anybody, like Lawson Krause and guys like that. But Giordano, oh my gosh. Giordano is terrible. Giordano looks like he would actually hurt himself avoiding contact before he'd actually hurt himself getting contact. Louis Eriksson is, Louis Eriksson should be when he's done, I think he could probably be a darn good sponsor for a toilet paper ad for many reasons. All those little kittens and stuff, just like he'll take over that. Eriksson is absolutely horrid. Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought so, but we gotta get. I thought what's his name? Boquist would be better than he is in Columbus, but the signing could be absolutely awful. Right when Chicago was getting to the point where they were getting rid of the Seabrooks and stuff like that, so they were getting some cap space. And if Jones keeps on playing the way he is and the way he's played the last 2 years in Columbus, they're right back into a horrible contract all over again. And Seabrook and Taves to a lesser extent, they were worth it when they got it. Columbus will get Lambert or one of those guys. Savoy, Lambert, Wright, that Russian kid. Charlie McAvoy is looking spectacular. He is an awesome defenseman. Lane Lambert is really good, yeah. He's friggin' amazing. Very good young player, no doubt about it. From Finland, named Lane Lambert. But I wonder how he's doing now. How he should be playing in Finland again this year. See if they have him updated on for this year. They do. So far, he's got. Oh, that's not right. That's not the right Lane Lambert I'm looking for. What the heck? Brad Lambert, not Lane, Brad Lambert. Why did I say Lane? So far, he's got 4 points. Where the heck? Oh, he's only got 2 points so far in Finland, though. That's not that great. But he is playing in Finland, which is... He's playing in the men's league this year, but he's only got 2 points so far. I wonder, like, quite often prospects that are, like, super high prospects, they'll have that happen where they think they're better than they are, and then they got to get back to business again. Oh, that's right. Is that protected? Is that Chicago pick protected? Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that. That's terrible. I forgot all about that. Oh, it's only top 2 protected. Oh my gosh. Oh, the only thing that's good for Chicago there is they might win the lottery. And they got Cole Sillinger out of it too, who's playing with them right now. They might win the lottery and it'll go to the next year. Now, they better be darn good that year, because if they lose Bedard, oh my God, that'd be absolutely devastating. Yeah. Timbits hockey. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, we're gonna do predictions for tonight's games now. We got a half an hour, so we better get at her. The first one is actually, what did I hear? I forgot the Canes game. I think, yeah, we just went over, like, they just dominated the Columbus. That was it. Was there anything you wanted to talk about that before we go? Because we got quite a few games to go over here before 3 o'clock. I just said that they dominated the Jackets. The Jackets didn't even have a chance in that game. The Canes are playing a perfect system in that game. Columbus could do nothing. Like nothing. I watched it. There was... Oh, what the scores were. Did you get it right or something? Yeah, that was the one I didn't have. Hurricanes, Jackets. Okay, what was the score? What was the score? I don't want to go back again. Wasn't it 5-2 or something like that? Oh, you're going to make me look. Oh, there was other ones too. We didn't do the Islanders and Coyotes. Like, what was I smoking that day? Didn't do Islanders and Coyotes. We didn't do Blues over Kings. Nobody would have had 7-3. We all would have had the Blues. I think there had to be a page ripped out. 5-1. Oh, somebody did have 5-1. Canes won 5-1, and that was Lauren. Oh, that's why, because you got it right. That's why you wanted to know that. Lauren got 5-1 Canes. Lauren gets. I'm gonna have to give you a ring today. We're getting low on the other. I'm gonna have to give you a ring. The Ringo Frolic, because we're getting low on the helmets and all of that, flying off the shelves. All right, you got it. 7 games and we got 25 minutes to get at them, so. And to talk about them and everything, it's going to be tough. Okay, so Lightning and Sabres. Now I believe Elliott's first game is a Bolt. Bad goaltending, bad everything. They played horrible. Lauren, 4-1 Lightning. Mercer, 5-3 Lightning. CL, 4-0 Bolts. I believe Anderson is in net. Where's my goaltending thing? Oh, yeah, right there. Maybe not. Maybe they'll go with their backup here. Yeah, Anderson is in net. So I'm going to go, everybody took off when we started doing picks. I'm going to go 4-2 Bolts. You know Lightning, you know how the Lightning are. Hey Bill, how you doing? You just came in perfect time for picks. We're doing them quickly because we talked a lot today. Capitals versus Senators. Bill's in the house. Thanks for coming in. Samsonov versus Forsberg. Both of them should be fairly well rested. For 2 Caps. Caps OT. You guys got to pick Caps. Yeah, I think, well, Lauren's saying it's going to be close, though. They got to be coming out for this game after that crappy one from Calgary. Laviolette's got to have them ready for this game. CL, 6-3 Caps. I could see an over here. I'll go 5-3 Caps, just for the heck of it. Next. Yeah, Allmark was really good. We were talking about that when we were doing Boston. He was really good. Yeah, I got yours, Mercer. 4-1 Caps. Valentino in the house. He's going to come in and support his Habs. They finally won a game. Coyotes versus Panthers. Oh my! And Carter Hutton is in net. Bookie's got to be like dying inside for this game. I can't believe that Florida is even -1.5 is still getting 7.7 on this. Like, it would be absolutely catastrophic if they lost this game. Mercer, 9-1, yeah. Lauren taking it a little easier on him and going 8-1 Cats. CL, 5-1 Florida. I'm going 7-1 Cats. I could see this being 13-1. Like, I could see it like whatever, 12-1, 13-1. Unless Florida like totally takes them so lightly, like with Q as a coach, I just can't see that happening, man. Like, this could be absolutely disgusting. It would be probably the most embarrassing moment of their history. I have to agree with you 100%. Like, the Arizona is so bad, the league might have to look into doing something about it. Like, there's going to be so bad this year. I can't imagine. If they only win 5 games this year, I would not be surprised at all. Like, who is going to lose to this team? Chicago, maybe. Chicago might. Oh, 6 more goals, and he's a franchise goal leader. Wow. They're playing Spencer Knight against Carter Hutton. The other team's fans, yeah. Flames versus Rangers. Now, this could be interesting. This could be an interesting game because Markstrom is confirmed. They haven't confirmed Shesterkin yet, but it's got to be Shesterkin. Really? I believe the Sharks are on 3 games in 4 nights, though. Just want to double check that. I believe they are. Or Calgary. Did I say Sharks? The Flames. The Flames. No, they're not. They played the Capitals, had a day off. Played the Rangers. So we got Bill T. Rangers 5-2. Lauren Rangers 4-3. Mercer Rangers 3-1. CL's got the Flames. I am totally on the fence about this game. I do after seeing the Flames. It's a clash of styles. But with Shesterkin in net, Markstrom's playing really good. He always comes out, starts well though. I'm going to take the Rangers 3-2. Is there any injuries I'm not aware of? We got 15 minutes, so I can check for that. Oh, Strome's back in the lineup too. They get Strome back in. Wow. Who's just Kako's injured now. I don't know, but he's playing well, Braden Holtby. He's playing well. I don't know. They must have, when they picked, there must have been something they figured that they could get out of him or something. But so far, he's playing well. It's really weird. I agree. Lucic, Monahan, and Lewis. Why did they have Mangiapane on the third? Okay, that's not the third line. So they got Lucic playing with Monahan. Okay, sorry. I already got that too. Who's next? How many more games do we got? Can't have too many more games. We only got 2 more. Oh no, we got 3 more games. 3 more games. You want Leafs? Oh, he just wants Leafs versus the Canes. That's all. Yeah, funny to see. Yeah, exactly. It is funny to see him. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he holds up throughout the year. Okay, so we got Canes versus the Leafs. And apparently they're going to go back to Campbell versus Anderson. And I mean, if you look at that Carolina lineup, how are they going to lose to them, really? Yeah, they're doing better than you thought. I thought that they would play hard for Granato. I did. He really has them doing he has them playing the best that they can. Bill T, 6-3 Canes. Mercer's got 4-3 Leafs. He thinks that they're going to have a bounce back after that. Bounce back after that big defeat. That happens a lot. Same as CL. Weichel. I got to go with the Canes. I'm going to go 4-2 Canes. I think the Leafs will have a better game, but it's just, if you want to have a bounce back after an embarrassment, the Canes are not the team you want to have to go up against to do that. Like, I'm going to take the Canes 4-2. Next, and okay, we got 2 more games. Stars versus Blue Jackets. And we already said we got Holtby and Merzlikins. Columbus has played their last 3 at home. So is this right? Do I have this on the right? Yeah. Dallas hasn't played for a couple games now. So they're both pretty rested. Four 3 stars for Lauren. Mercer 3-2 Jackets. CL 2-1 Jackets. Yeah. Bill T. 4-2 Dallas. Weichel 3-1 Jackets. And I'm going to go 2-1. I don't do this often, but I'm going to do the same as CL. Two-1 Jackets. I just haven't liked this Dallas team. They really got lucky their last game. They're looking old. They really do look old. They look old and discombobulated. And finally, Blues and Kings. And, oh, by the way, they're both playing their backups. They're both playing their backup goaltenders. Quick, after Peterson had a bad start last time. Quick and Ville Husso. Four 3 Blues for Bill T. Lauren 4-1 Blues. Mercer 5-2 Blues. No, that's right. No Doughty. CL 4-2 Kings. I forgot. No Doughty. Oh my gosh, I think this could be a barn burner. I got 5-4 Blues. I just chose both of those goaltenders. Quick is not that great, but he's better than Husso. And the Kings are going to have that bounce back game. No, I'm going to go 5-4 Kings. Kings are going to look to have that bounce back game. I don't know. I think they're played 3 games in 4 nights, but so far this year, it doesn't matter. Like, the teams that play 3 games in 4 nights win this year for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, there's 3 games in 4 nights, but they had a day off in between. It's not a back-to-back. So we got them all in. Should be an interesting night of hockey. Is there any new stuff that came out on the wire? Oh, wow. Colin Wilson, if you remember him, I believe he played for Nashville. He came out and said that he'd been dealing with an untreated obsessive-compulsive disorder throughout his career. He was trying to educate young players in the importance of mental health and all of that. Today, he released an addendum titled Addiction, in which he fully admits his addiction of drugs, use of Ambien, and cocaine. Wow. How do you have a professional career and you're addicted to? I did Lightning versus Sabres. Did you not put your pick in for Lightning? Yeah. How do you have a professional career at all with the addiction to Ambien and cocaine? Ayers is doing the siren for the Canes and Leafs. Oh my gosh, that's freaking classic. That's classic. I love the Canes. I love the Canes. That is freaking awesome. The only thing is, I don't know if rubbing salt in a team's wounds like that is a really good idea. If anything could wake them up and piss them off, that could be it. I guess the only problem is, what are they going to do even if they are pissed off, Toronto? Colin Wilson, he did get help, and now he's starting what is he? He said he's starting a Jimmy Hayes. Oh, Jimmy Hayes was addicted. His death was related to fentanyl. Oh my gosh. Anyways, he's starting to do some writings and things like on those sort of things for players, which is pretty cool. Ilya Sorokin got a 3-star. Kyle Connor, 5 goals and 8 points in 3 games. And of course, McDavid. And that was pretty much it. Alexander Volkov, the guy I was saying in the beginning of the year that I really liked him and I thought he was going to be really good for Anaheim, is put on unconditional waivers today. So he's going back to the KHL. I guess I was wrong on that one, wasn't I? But I guess that's my full 42, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll go over the last night's games and all of that. And thanks for coming in. I'm so appreciative of having you guys in here every day, enjoying the content. It's fun. It's, sometimes I don't have the best day in the world or whatever things are going. This is like my highlight of my day every day. I'm so glad you guys are here and come in and enjoy this. You guys are great. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye.